you're posting too much content. And I know how that sounds because every single expert on social media is telling you the exact opposite. Post every day, post twice a day, post as much as you possibly can. And if that's you, posting as much as you can, but somehow still not getting any results for your business, there's a reason for that, and I'm going to break it down in this video. All of those posts are not having no effect. They're actually potentially making you worse at creating content. And the fix to this is not posting less, but it is something that all of these experts seem to forget to mention. Now, to be fair, this advice of just post as much as possible actually does make sense. It's never been easier to create content. The barrier to entry is lower than it's ever been. It's essentially free to create content now. It's like having access to unlimited lottery tickets, right? If you went to the news agency every day, you could buy lottery tickets until you run out of money. So there's a cap. With content, it's not like that. You could post as much as you want, and there's a chance that something might pop off. And if it does, it could change your life and your business forever. And that opportunity is very real. The potential audience that you could reach is huge. Around 90% of people on social media never post, they just consume. For every person creating content, there's 99 people consuming it. And that group is just going to continue to grow. There's always going to be more people consuming content than there are creating it. But here's where this just post more advice falls apart. There's no magic number of posts. It's not like you get to 500, 1,000 posts and you suddenly unlock this ability to go viral on command. There's a very strong possibility that you could post every single day, multiple times a day for a year and get absolutely nothing from it. But you got to think about why this advice is so common. It's easy. It's easy to give this advice. Anyone could pick up their phone and start posting content every single day and feel like they're making progress. They feel like they're being productive and doing something. But all of these experts seem to always forget to mention what it is you're actually supposed to be doing while you're posting consistently, while you're posting every single day. What are you supposed to actually be doing during that process? Your objective shouldn't just be posting more. You should be thinking about how to post better. So real quick story. I have been involved in martial arts since I was like 12 years old. And I remember there was just one kick that I always wanted to learn how to nail, a spinning back kick, right? It's the kick that Jon Jones used back in 2024 to finish Stipe. It's just the most satisfying kick. Like if you can land a solid back kick on something, it's just great. It's not that easy, but I knew the mechanics of it. I knew how to execute the kick. I knew the steps. But for some reason, no matter how much I spent drilling that kick over and over again on the bag, I could never nail it in sparring. Couldn't ever nail a back kick. And it wasn't until someone come along, a bit more experienced than me, watched me do one kick straight away, and he was like, this is the mistake you're making. He could tell when I was going to throw the kick because I'd show it with my shoulders. I'd telegraph too much. As soon as he pointed that out, I knew what I had to fix. But the worst part about this was because I'd spent so many times, hundreds, maybe thousands of reps on the bag, practicing with this bad habit, it was very hard to unlearn that habit. It's one of my favorite sayings, practice doesn't make perfect, practice makes permanent. When I was making that mistake of leading with my shoulders, trying to do this kick, I was practicing that and making myself better at doing a shit back kick that people could see coming. So I was never going to land it. And that mistake was drilled into my brain. It was now a habit that I had to unlearn. This same thing applies to content. If you're posting over and over again without actually stopping to look at what's going into your content, you're potentially practicing bad habits. The more you practice making those mistakes, the better you're getting at creating shit content that's not going to help your business at all. So when I say you're posting too much content, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying you're posting too much content for the amount of evaluation you're doing. That's the skill that nobody's talking about. They're not telling you how to look at content and figure out what worked about this post, what didn't work about this one, what's the difference between these two pieces of content. Start to answer those questions and every single post can start to teach you something. And here's why this matters more than ever before. I need a whiteboard for this. Side note, whiteboard table, game changer. Anyway, right now on social media, we have a set number of creators. And these creators are producing a certain amount of content. Now, what's happening as time goes on with becoming easier to create content, there's more people coming onto these platforms, there's more opportunity for people to become creators. So the amount of creators, let's say over the next couple of years, is going to double, triple, whatever it is. Not only is it becoming easier for new creators to enter the scene, it's actually getting easier for existing creators to produce more content. So not only are the amount of people competing to get seen, the amount of content they're putting out is going to grow heaps. So there's going to be all of this extra content that's flooding social media, which means it's going to be that much harder for each individual piece of content to stand out and get seen. This makes it even more important to not just focus on posting as much content as you possibly can, but posting as much good content as you possibly can, because most of this is going to be unseen. It's just going to be this stuff at the top that people notice, the best of the best. Now, yes, like I said before, the audience is going to grow as well, but while there's still going to be more people consuming content than creating content, the people that are creating content are going to be able to create so much content that it exceeds the demand for it. This means that every individual post has to compete way harder to get seen. There's already a lot of content being posted every single day, but it's about to explode. AI is going to just send this to the moon. It's going to be insane. So this means that not only are people who don't post enough going to get pushed out, the people who don't learn how to post better are going to really struggle, probably just going to stay invisible forever. So am I telling you to post less? Definitely not. The answer is not to stop posting. Post as much as you possibly can while still being able to intentionally look at, analyze your content, figure out what's working, what's not, figure out how can you make it better the next time you post. You need to understand the fundamentals. Can you tell a story? Can you hold someone's attention? Can you take a complicated idea and present it in a way that someone can understand it? If you're in this to make money, you need to understand these skills, because that's going to make people stick around, and that is what's going to allow you to turn viewers into buyers.